Well, hello again, and we are back on the internet, sadly, because lots of other people have caught a Chinese bat syndrome since we last met. We did one set of the games then, but now we're forced back here again, I'm afraid. So you're back with me, Nicholas, joining me like in June. We did 7 over the summer, and they went fairly moderately well, not well. So now we really do have to, like litter, we do have to pick it up. And it's like, you've got a young child and you want to divorce your wife, you have to make it work. So we'll work through this one together, I promise. Well, tonight we have our 2 youngest comedians, and I'm smiling when I say that because I'm very eager and fervent to have them in our presence. We have Fred, the engineer from somewhere near Leeds, and Tristan, who's a historian and politics student from somewhere down south. An engineer and a historian. If an engineer and a historian get on a bus, who cares? So I'll go from. It's interesting. Since our last show, I have had a few letters, more emails, from random people. This happened over the summer. Every time I shouldn't have made my email address public on LinkedIn. It's really backfired. I've got a couple of emails here from people who basically complained about my routine. Let me find it again. It's among here. I'm making a lot of rustling to make it sound like I've got more than one piece of paper. Here we go. Here it is. This was an email I got from a lady called what's she called? Oh, the name's at the bottom. Gabby. It reads, Dear Nicholas, which is misspelled Nicholas. She's written it in Nicholas. Like, what am I, Santa? You can't get a present. I found Dear Nicholas, dear Nicholas, oh, come on, try harder, love. I found your last set highly distasteful. No, but I didn't drop any of my normal stereotypes. I normally mention like the weight of my ex-girlfriend, but I laid off that. So I've got to be polite. I've got to be polite, right? She found it very hard to fit in at school, and my bedroom is very empty without her. She once directed Les Mis and cast herself as the whole of France. Where did you go on your holidays? Hungary, Turkey, Sweden, Brussels. Dear Nicholas, I found your last set highly distasteful. I found it sexist, transphobic, homophobic, Islamophobic, agoraphobic, arachnophobic, hydrophobic, claustrophobic, and quite frankly, not the kind of telly I'm happy to have my 4-year-old watching. Kind regards, Gabby. So I suppose that's an interesting email I got. Yeah, that's really not it's really not favourable. So I'm joined here tonight with one housemate you can probably hear laugh. This is James, who was a dormant member in first year, which suits us all just fine. Then we also have Fred and Tristan. Who do you want me to talk to first? Do any of you all fight amongst each other?
Do I get to pick?
No.
Tristan.
Okay. No, there we go. Hello, Tristan. So Tristan, this is your second set. We were hoping to get a laugh track, and me thinking that these two were massive B-knocks, always in the comments. They haven't lassoed together any of their housemates, so we're not really with an audience this time. But nevertheless, we can deal with it. How are you, Tristan? You're excited for your second gig?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm gassed for it. Yeah,
I bet you are. And Fred, this is Fred's first time, to be fair to him. He's never done comedy before, but now he's here, eager
as ever. Yeah,
as ever eager. Yeah, good. Well, I suppose only time will tell how good they are. Let's. I can see now interesting here on my laser display screen up here. I can see on the big monitor. I can see how many viewers we have, so I can see. Because this is live, right? This is live, so you can sort of see viewers. So at the minute we have 26,000 viewers at the minute. I can open the map tab, a map tab. So they're all in the Philippines at the minute. It's really weird that I never quite realised we were so popular over there. This is happening over the summer. We keep getting these tens of thousands of viewers from. Well, I don't know. It correlates where you normally get the call centres, so I don't. But I'm glad they're interested in our comedy, frankly. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I hope they'll understand the cultural differences of humour. I'm sure it will translate very well. So I might as well stop waffling and chatting absolute rubbish. I'll bring on Tristan as our first up. Well, I say bring him on. I'll make him bigger. I shall enlarge him for you, which I'm sure you will enjoy. So, Tristan, are you ready?
I am ready. Yes.
It's not like you have a choice. So, ladies and gentlemen, guys, girls, non-binary pals, here is Tristan.
Oh, thank you very much, Nicholas. Appreciate that. Okay. Well, obviously it's a bit different. I'm not used to sitting in front of my computer screen and hoping that people laugh. But screw it, let's give it a go. Okay, so I've met a lot of American people whilst I've been on campus. Quite obviously, you know, American people love Britain, but I do find their ignorance quite irritating, particularly around our accents. I think that Americans almost always assume that pretty much all British people speak like Boris Johnson. You know, hello, but that's not really the case, is it? To be honest, because we have a lot of regional accents. For example, if you go up north, you have Geordie, you have Brummie, and then where I'm from, down south, we speak properly. Something that I've never really been a fan of is having kids. I know, obviously, you know, I'm young. I'm 19. I might change my mind, but I've never really understood the concept of having kids. To be honest, I mean, quite frankly, if I wanted to lose all my money with no real chance of getting it back, I might as well have a bit of fun with it and get addicted to online poker. Really. Anyway, I have a lot of deaf friends. Actually, most of my flat mates are deaf. I don't really know why that is the case. But anyway, I walked in one day after coming home from a lecture. I walked into the kitchen and I saw them having a shouting match. Actually, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, so it was getting quite aggressive, and I don't really speak much sign language, but I could kind of get the gist, you know. But you know, so I thought to myself, well, I mean, I've got no choice here. I've got to break this up. It's getting a bit out of hand. So I did the only reasonable thing possible, and I turned the lights off. Anyway, I've been watching the US election quite closely. Obviously, I'm a politics student. If I didn't, I would basically be doing myself a disservice. But I do find that the American elections never really seem to have any genuinely likable candidates, at least not since Obama. And thinking, you know, Trump it's quite ironic actually with Trump, because you know it's almost like he doesn't realize the irony of people not accepting the fact that he hasn't given consent to lose the election. I do think that's slightly ironic. But I mean, Biden is not exactly a much better candidate. Let's be honest. I mean, he ran his entire campaign on the fact that he wasn't Trump, and somehow that still managed. He still managed to win. But quite frankly, he does look like he's been kicked out of an old people's home, injected with Adderall, and then just kicked onto a stage somewhere and expelled. He does look like he's about to fall asleep pretty much all of the time. Anyway, if I may finish with a couple one-liners that I just recently wrote, and I do apologise for their shit, but let's have a go. I do very much enjoy opening doors for women and then locking them behind them. I don't know what the big fuss is about Boris not liking Northern children. I think that Boris really does love Northern kids, especially with barbecue sauce. Okay. Well, that is all from me for the moment. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you. Come on, let's.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Admirable effort. Those jokes went down like twin towers. So, You're right, Tristan. It is very hard being a single mother or parent. It's very hard being a single mother if you're a 19-year-old male politics student. I did get another letter, or do I? No, I do. No, it's interesting you say you got deaf friends. They did sign language lessons in my school. No one hit the announcement, but they were there if you wanted them. I hope my deaf friends don't hear that. I did get another letter from Gabby. Oh no, sorry, that's the same letter. Sorry, let me pick up one of my other pieces of paper. I have nearly 2 pieces of paper here, so I'm going to make it sound like it's. Oh yes, here we go. Here's the letter I was on about. It's a letter from a guy called Damien. I think he's got the wrong group of people. Dear Warwick Improv. Your last show seemed awfully scripted. Are you sure it wasn't made? Are you sure you made it up? Lots of love, Damien. He's got the wrong group of people. James, my housemate here, writes for The Ball. I fear I may be plugging him here, so I'll just tell you he's really rubbish at it. Just to balance it out, to give like a non-biased view of it. I don't read it, but I'm sure he does. So, thank you, Tristan. No, that was nice seeing you back again. It's good to know we always have this eager engagement, such eager, fervent young people, young members in comedy. We really do like you and love you and more. So let's go. Let's check our viewer count, shall we? Let's see how many viewers we're on now. Oh, we've dropped to 4. Oh, and I'll tell you what's happened. That laptop has crashed. I think that's what's happened. Their service is down. Yeah. Oh no, hang on, no. Oh, it's back up again. There we go. We're up to 22,000 over Manila. Brilliant. Yeah, those Filipinians are. Yeah, I think it must have been. I think it just ran out of charge. I think that's all it was. Yeah, so they're back up and running. That's great. Yeah, fantastic. Do we want a poem? I can give you a little poem if you like. Now I wrote a lot of limericks in school. A lot of them are I don't know, not a bit naughty. It's a limerick, because limericks seem really innocent. Then you come up with something like this. I was in Cardiff's a city in South Wales. I won't say London, because London then it loses its personal touch. Then I was in Cardiff the other day, and my urges all turned to be gay. It was like Niagara Falls and the colourful balls. I've got a life band from that soft play. And then you come out with something like that, and you realise that actually the limerick isn't very innocent. Oh yes, here's another one I wrote. There was a young man from Limerick who absent-mindedly lived in an Irish town for his entire life and didn't realise that it shared the name with the popular poem meter. The Irish community didn't really respond well to that one. Only had like a 20% approval rating on the Late Show with Paddy O'Leary. It didn't go down very well. I shouldn't have said it. Shouldn't have. It's a bad thing to in comedy when drunk. You say things you wouldn't normally. Yeah, that's enough for me for that part. We'll go on to the second part of our show. The second part, and his first attempt at this shizzle. I don't know how he's feeling. I'm sure he's okay. James is ready to clap. He's not. James doesn't exist. I'm schizophrenic. That's what they tell me. Freddie, I hope you're ready to give it your all.
Yeah.
If you've got it in you. So we'll introduce Fred, and please clap.
Hi, yeah. Do you mind if I just decorate the background quick? Because I don't have a tasteful background like Nicholas, a tasteful rectangle, or washing hanging up in the background like Tristan. So I'm just going to add some stars here, if that's okay. And then I've also made a sign It says, welcome to, and then Fred's OnlyFans. That's Thursdays. Today's Tuesday, so you get excellent comedy instead. I'm actually quite nervous, as this is my first time doing stand-up. But don't worry, because I've prepared well. I've been going to Comedy Society for 7 weeks now, and I've also watched a TED Talk on humour by a doctor, so you're in the safest hands possible. One of the classic pieces of advice they give you when public speaking is to imagine that the audience is in their underwear, this is probably one of the only times where that's probably accurate, because I, for one, am in my underwear from the waist down. I don't know about you, Nicholas. I mean, I am a triple threat. I don't know if you knew this, but that means if you don't laugh, I will punch you, kick you, and tap dance on your corpse. So take it how you will. Anyway, I bought some whitening toothpaste the other day. And it's been giving me some really weird cravings. Like, I've had the sudden craving for pumpkin spice lattes, seasonless chicken, screaming Bohemian Rhapsody as loud as I can. Classic white people stuff. I read a fact the other day that said men on average think about sex every 50 minutes. I call it the 60 minutes rule. But the amount of times I've been having to think about that rule, I've brought it down to maybe the 60-second rule. I get bad vibes from the art students around Warwick. I don't know, it's just something about them. They all seem quite dodgy, quite sketchy. I actually did GCSE art, and I can tell you that mixing the colour grey is not as black and white as it first seems. The other day, I was having a bad day, actually. I spilt some shampoo, quite a lot of shampoo, like that much shampoo, 20 heads worth of shampoo, I'd say, on my carpet. I live in Cryfield Standard, by the way, on campus. It's great living in a place with standard in its name. I've got the standard bedroom, standard kitchen, standard sewage leak in the bathroom, but it's all enjoyable. Anyway, I spilt the shampoo on the carpet, and in that split second, that decision, I decided that the best course of action was a wet sponge. Now, I don't know if you've ever used shampoo, Nicholas. You should try it. It's great. But yeah, it rather likes getting wet and quite bubbly. And I got covered in bubbles, head and shoulders. I've actually come up with some slogans for you all. Here's one. Can't hack it, jack it. That one's for a horny car mechanic. Just don't do nothing. That one's an improvement on Nike's Just Do It. I really actually like the branding of the margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. I think that's probably the only supermarket brand that markets itself after not being something else. But I've actually come up with a few more for you, like get out, that's not a lemon. That's actually a lime. See there? Another one. What the fuck is that? Can't be mayo. Salad cream. And you're shitting me. That's a human being. That's the Prime Minister of the UK. Anyway, that's it. That's me.
Thank you very much for that, Tristan. That was a very admirable and amusing first attempt at stand-up. You're all right with the citrus fruit thing. I suppose it was a great indictment of the 60s British television. You weren't quite sure what citrus fruit had just popped up on your box. Because of course you ask all the old people back then, life was in black and white, How were you, I suppose the only game you could play was chess, things like snooker were completely out the window, There's this sex thing that, right, I have a bone to pick. This sex thing, I hear it's every 7 seconds.
Every 7 seconds?
Sure. I mean, I can corroborate that is accurate.
What? You say something, Tristan. Sorry, my mind drifted away. So 6, 7. I have to keep routine, or it all falls through. Yeah, that does remind me. I do need to renew my OnlyFans subscription and pay. I need to remind me to pay my bill. It's about £60,000 by now.
I am needing the money, Nicholas. Please.
Yeah, I'll PayPal you in the morning. Well, I'll pay you in goods. I'd prefer to pay people in goods and services.
That's equally as valid. I'll take that.
And by that I mean I'll pay you in goods. I'm not doing services. I'm not, prostitute comes up to me, she says, I'll do anything for 50 quid. I'm like, hoover my car. I've got another letter from Damien. Was that his name? What's the name? Damien, that was it, wasn't it? I've got another letter from Damien. Let me look around my almost 2 pieces of paper. Here it is. I got another email from Damien. I think he's got the wrong society again. Dear Warwick Japanese Society, I'm learning Japanese at the minute. How's this? God, my Japanese isn't very good. I'll see. Wakure Tawaka Hirohito. Okay. Well, 私は変態が好きです。そんなかなワイフがありません。Okay. Oh no, I'll respond. I'll tell him it's okay. I think it's an admirable effort. Let's go back. Well, sure, this hasn't gone on for very long. We're going for 20 minutes. I think that's enough because normally after like 20 minutes I get. We are down to. Oh no, we're back down to 5 viewers. Oh, I don't know what's happening to this laptop in the Philippines. I don't know. I'm starting to suspect. Only 8 live streams in. I'm starting to suspect it's a little bit suspect. I'm starting to have doubts about it. I've never been fully. From the first moment I saw 26,000, I'm like, well, of course, I'm very eager for these viewers, but it's incredibly localized. Such a OCD satisfyingly round number. It can't possibly be true, but it tends. It's yeah. I think I'll report it to Microsoft. The only thing is because I'm on Windows 10 now, it doesn't ask me, do you want to report this dodgy laptop to Microsoft? It doesn't prompt you anymore. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, I was getting really eager. I thought I was going to make the name for myself over there. But oh well. I suppose that brings us to the end of our little experiment. It was very nice. So I will give you a little bit of context because I think context is everything. We did a stand-up showcase in week 3, I think. Yeah. Then woo, people got a little bit sick. Started coughing in pubs and stuff. So we didn't do one 2 weeks ago. We're doing one this week, but no one ever stands up. So that's why we normally do. It's not a very vibrant or lucrative show, but we do get something out. So thank you two for turning up, and thank you to our. Well, I'm not even gonna thank those 26,000 people. I don't think it would. I'm not writing that many postcards. I can't be bothered to spend my student loan on that amount of postage. But thank you very much for you two for turning up. Do you have any closing remarks before we shut this thing down?
Thank you.
I haven't done anything. I've literally done nothing. I've sat here and spouted utter tripe for the past 10 minutes. And how about you, Tristan? Have you?
Nothing except Barry from the Philippines still owes me my money. So.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it for? Was it getting you to move gold or something? Or
he said something about hentai.
It's a classic. It's a classic. I think it's redirect it to me. No, don't. Just CC me, please. Thank you. I am very interested. I'm going through a lot of money on it at the minute. I shouldn't be saying this out loud. My dad's probably watching. He'd probably pull a chair and join in this. It's not something. Okay. Yeah. So that's hoisin duck cucumber tortilla flatbread. It's a wrap. So thank you very much, everyone, from coming to take part. Well, I say everyone. That's me. That's my housemate James for turning up. The ghost phantom housemates who were meant to turn up to these guys, Tristan in Claycroft Towers, Fred in the massive landfill of Cryfield. We were meant to have your hundreds of people coming to watch, but sadly it's turned out the way it normally does. So thank you very much for you for coming. And yes, well, that's us. CoronaTime 8. It didn't go on as long as it normally does, but I suppose that's a gift from God for most of you. So thank you very much. Stay safe and good night.
Adios.